just asked him if he's Danilo or Danilo. I guess many people here wouldn't understand the difference, but in ex-Yugoslavia we have so much differences. Believe me, it's unique. So here's a few slides, just to, all the pictures are mine actually. Not all of them so successful as the photos, but I'll share with you some funny. I'm not so sure how much funny these stories would be. People tell me I'm too serious, so don't expect too much. I named this Jasmina Surviving Bulgaria and vice versa. I think this country has to survive people like me as well. You know, things are always mutual. And I think it would be funny if you invite people from Bulgaria to share how they survive all people like me and you guys here. Okay, you can share later. So let me tell you how I came here. As Danilo said, I'm from Bosnia. Originally, I'm from Yugoslavia, from the country that was 6 countries now. And I was born as half Bulgarian and half Bosnian. So they told me, you can be Yugoslav. I never learned which part of me is Bulgarian and which one is Bosnian. Maybe like this if I do. And actually my mom is Bulgarian but from Serbia. So I only knew that when we are in Dimitrovgrad, which is on the border with Bulgaria but in Serbia, then I'm Bulgarian. When we are in Bosnia, I'm Bosnian. All the rest time I can be freely Yugoslavian. It's like Americans, you know. They don't speak English, but they are still Americans. So in 1994, in August, just like 5 months before the Dayton Agreement, which officially ended the war in Bosnia, me and my family managed to escape from the war zone, and we went to Serbia. Actually, I was Yugoslav escaping from Bosnia to Yugoslavia, whatever left from it. So I lived for 2 years in Serbia, and then I learned I can come and study in Bulgaria. Coming from a country that's obviously falling apart for a long time, I still hear some potential fall aparting in the future is possible. So I thought I want to go somewhere to live where there is no war. I just had enough of war and hate and who's what and explaining what am I. So I came to study to in Sofia. I wanted to become a psychologist because I thought we are the coolest people in the world. And someone told me, you can do it in Sofia. I said, super! It's 60 kilometers from my home at that time. I can come by foot. If there is war, I can run away by foot as well. And actually, to be honest, I managed to come here thanks to the kindness of Serbian authorities to issue a passport of a country that didn't exist since 1991, in 1996. So I was not a citizen of any country. I was a citizen of something that didn't exist. And my first passport was like this. It said Social Federative Republic of Yugoslavia. It was issued in 1996. Cool, very nice. And I came to Bulgaria and they were so kind to accept me. You know, you have 2 countries accepting someone who's coming from nowhere, basically. But here I am. I didn't speak much Bulgarian. And I really wanted to be, you know, to live in a free country. And everyone started to tell me. It was 1996. I don't know how many of you were here, actually, at that time. Everyone was telling me, we're going to have a civil war. Even in the day when I learned that, I was informed that I was accepted to study in university, someone dropped a bomb in front of NDK. And it was funny. There were many demonstrations, and I thought there will be war, obviously, wherever I go, so I shouldn't go much around to keep the earth. We managed to survive without it. Many changes happened in the country. I must say I was very shocked. imagined probably something like Los Angeles, because I was watching a lot of American movies, and imagining life abroad wasn't imagining life in Sofia with all the gray buildings. That was the first shock. The second shock came with something that I thought that as a Slavic girl, I know perfectly, that's Slavic languages. I never studied Russian, but I did translate Russian text from religious book about something, I can't even say it properly, from Russian, which I didn't know, to Bulgarian, which I was about to learn. I met very nice people and crazy people in Bulgaria who trusted me I can do that. And I thought I know a lot of Bulgarian. There were words the same like in Serbian. I used to smoke at that time, and I noticed that on each package of cigarettes there was a text written "Tютюно пушенето е вредно за вашето здраве." And I thought, vredno? I thought Bulgarians have dark humor. I just couldn't believe it, because in Serbian, Bosnian, Croatian, etc., we say vredno for something that's valuable. It brings you value. It's good. It's, you know, cool, like diamonds. So I had to find out that actually vredno and vredno has nothing to do. It's actually opposite. I was 19, and I believed I've learned some Bulgarian. I knew that when you go iz grada, it means you go out of the city. So I met this Romanian colleague from university, and I asked him, "Hey, Robbie, where are you going?" And he said, "Azi otivam iz grada." I said, "Cool, but where? To mountain, to sea, to forests?" "You crazy woman, I'm going to the city." It was in Bulgarian, obviously, so I was constantly asking him where to, and he was constantly telling me, "I'm telling you, iz grada, iz grada." In the end, we finished the argument with fighting, and he told me such a nasty words, which I heard for the first time in Bulgarian language. I still don't remember, I can't remember them now. And then I went to a friend, Bulgarian friend, told him, "Can you imagine this Romanian, he thinks he knows better than me, he told me this," and he looked at me and said, "Jasmina, in Bulgarian we say izgrada when we go out of the city." It's good to have these kind of lessons when you are 18 or 19, because if I was 40 at that time, I would feel much worse. And also I learned that Zapaden Park, which means West Park, and Zapaden Park are not the same meaning. I was asking people, how can I reach Zapaden Park? And they were telling me all the time, go there, and I was circling and circling 2 hours in the same spot. But they didn't tell me, "You stupid woman," or something. So I learned my lesson. It sounds the same, has nothing to do with meanings in two languages. I guess I was a typical foreigner, because I have a friend who once told me, she looked at me and she told me, "Oh, you look like a typical foreigner." I never learned what does it mean. And when I see you guys here, I'm even more confused. None of you look so typical. But it was, you know, people accepted me like a typical foreigner. At that time, if I hear someone speaking Serbian or English on the street, I would feel like, hoo-hoo, you know, there are more of us. Now it's normal. One of the things that really got me surprised, I don't know how it is in Serbia nowadays or in Bosnia, because I don't live there for 22 years, but I had many situations when I meet a friend and we talk, we chat on the street, and they tell me, "Let's meet on Tuesday." And I book in my calendar, meeting Tuesday, this and that person. "We'll talk on Monday and we'll schedule something for Tuesday." Great. I have appointment on Tuesday. I don't make any other plans. Monday comes, no one calls until afternoon. I call them and I ask, "Hi, we talk about going out on Tuesday," and they would say, "Oh, something popped up." It took me years to understand that it's not me. It's not because I'm a bad person. It's just normal, like, you know, let's meet on Tuesday. Yeah. It doesn't mean that they will meet with you on Tuesday. It took me years of suffering, lonely, in silence, time without internet, till I realized that I can freely arrange 5 appointments like this for Tuesday. It's cultural. So be careful with let's meet on Tuesday. And now I start with my advices. As a psychologist, they were teaching me I shouldn't be giving advices. And now these kind people come and tell me, share your advices. So I'll do that. You don't have to take them. However, it worked for me. It doesn't mean it will work for you. But here's something I would share with you. Learn some Bulgarian, as much as you can, as broken as it can be. Bulgarian language is very cool. Learning languages will always make you smarter, because the more you know, the smarter you are, and it's cool. And if you say thank you in Bulgarian, please do not say merci. Say благодаря. You can break your tongue a little bit, but it's much, much nicer. And learn moля. Learning these 2 words, quite enough. Благодаря. Or like Lily Ivanova, благодаря. Be kind, but not too much. Another cultural thing. Too much kindness, I think everywhere in Balkans, makes people suspicious. They start, it's actually not funny at all, because they think you want something from them. And I'm a very smiling person, and I come and say, hi, and they, oop, what does she want now? So, you know how they say here, твърде хубаво не е на хубаво. Too good is not so good. Be careful, find your balance with being kind, but not too much. I don't manage much with this. Also with the others, things also. Travel. Bulgaria is an amazing country where you can travel inside and outside. I had a chance to go to live in Israel, for example, a few years ago, and I decided I would not do that because I cannot imagine life where in order to travel, I have to book a flight. In Bulgaria, you can sit in a car, train, whatever, and just travel around. Bulgaria has beautiful nature, and there are very beautiful things that you can see around. You can go to Greece, to all these Yugoslav countries a long time ago. So travel. Enjoy spa and wine. It's absolutely amazing. I don't think I need to add anything here. Never, ever travel after 4 p.m. on Friday and Sunday. I'm not kidding. Do not do it, ever, unless you love being stuck in a traffic jam. If you enjoy being in traffic jam, I once stuck in a traffic jam and some people from a car behind mine came with 2 beers. It was very lovely, but I would never drink a beer in such a situation for obvious reason. I don't have to say it loudly, but to be stuck in a traffic jam and drink beer, not smart. Avoid traveling after 4 p.m. Learn, change, adjust, but do not become someone else. One of the hardest things in my life, not only in Bulgaria, everywhere, is to stay who I am. People love to tell you what to do. Just be who you are. I forgot to say here, be very careful with advices, even mine, especially mine advices. You know, people often want to tell you what to do. Don't take it. Decide on your own. And don't take things personally. You are not the center of anybody else's universe but yours. Just don't take things personally. You think something is wrong because you did something wrong? Don't take it. And smile as much as you can, as wide as possible, especially on your own expense. Thank you.